a murder of an NYPD detective, disturbing police corruption, and a dangerous secret involving a mysterious woman. One evening in Miami, Isabel and her brother-in-law, Manuel, leave a nightclub. Outside, they run into Naldo, who Manuel used to know during his time in jail. Someone is taking photographs throughout this encounter. Afterwards, Manuel offers to walk Isabel to the train station so she may go home. At the train station, while she is alone, Isabel starts to see weird supernatural entities and is startled. That same night, NYPD Detective Cullen is murdered, leaving his partner, Detective Galban, under extreme pressure to solve the case. As Galban digs deeper into the case, he uncovers the full scope of Cullen's corruption. Eventually, the police chief advises him to stop his investigation to prevent jeopardizing Cullen's pension meant for his wife and kids. Isabel appears to have a strong Catholic faith. Her husband is U.S. military on duty overseas for over a year. Isabel works at a nursery school and one day notices one of her pupils, Elisa, showing indications of severe distress. Elisa refuses to go home to her parents. Concerned, Isabel brings the little girl home and soon finds out that she is a victim of her father's abuse. In the course of investigating the corrupt officer, the police interviews a street criminal who casually speaks with Isabel's relative, dismissing the topic with disinterest, only to die unexpectedly shortly after. Meanwhile, Detectives Galban and Ramirez, who are investigating Detective Cullen's murder, pay a visit to his wife, Janine, and Detective Ramirez informs that further investigation into her husband's death may jeopardize her husband's pension. Janine has an outburst and tells Ramirez to leave. She then pleads with Galban to continue the investigation to catch her husband's killer. On Galban's birthday, Janine celebrates the occasion by giving him a muffin and uses the opportunity to seduce him. She justifies her actions by stating that both her husband and Galban's wife have died, meaning that there is no guilt. Later, she admits to Galban that she was aware of her husband's shady activities while he was alive, and even assaulted an inmate in prison. While walking around the city, Isabel sees more magical beings on the street, which she believes are angels. Later, she unexpectedly experiences the deaths of her husband's dog, and later her husband, who is killed in action, followed by their burials. Flashbacks show Isabel having an intimate encounter with her brother-in-law. Later, she finds out that she is pregnant, which she believes is a miracle. When she tells her in-laws about the news over dinner, they believe she has cheated on her husband while he is away, and tell her to leave their home. Isabel then relocates to her parents' house. Detectives Galban and Ramirez continue their investigation, and it is discovered that a prime suspect in the case is a former inmate who claims to have been sexually assaulted with a broomstick by Detective Cullen. Higher-ups in the precinct would rather let the killer escape justice than risk the potentially explosive consequences of investigating the case further. As the situation unfolds, Detective Galban begins to suspect that Isabel may be somehow connected to Cullen's death. However, he feels uneasy about involving her in the investigation, as anyone he brings in for questioning ends up dead. When Elisa says Isabel's father has mistreated her, Isabel gets a vivid memory of her father's abuse many years ago. Isabel's repressed memories are abruptly revealed in an avalanche of images. It turns out that Isabel's angels are a creation of her imagination. She made them to replace the horrifying recollections of being brutally assaulted by Detective Cullen on the subway platform the night her visions began. Later, when he turned to walk away, she caught him off guard and killed him in a fit of justified rage. In response to the memories and Elisa's crying, Isabel kills her father to protect Elisa. Detective Galban is then sent to the crime scene. When Galban looks at an old picture of Isabel's family, it becomes clear that Elisa is also a fabrication of Isabel's mind. The imaginary girl is Isabel as a child. In the end, Elisa disappears as Isabel is in church, praying for resilience to accept what has happened. Thanks for watching. To catch all the latest from us, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified as soon as a new video drops. We'll see you in the next one.